Hi, Mr. Brink. My name is Teonna Knapp. I picked death penalty. I picked that because it was very interesting to me. I kind of knew things already about the death penalty, but some things I didn't know, and I'm glad I researched and picked this one because it was very interesting. Okay. In the 18th century is where it first originated from. It was in Babylon. 17th century had dealt with Athens, and they believed that crime fit everything for the death penalty. And what I mean by that is they pick death penalty for anything. If someone was to steal something, that's what they believe was right. And I kind of feel like only thing that it should be necessary for is murder, not everything. Britain in the 10th century believed in hanging. That was their standard precaution for anything. Um, it was literally everything they believed that the death penalty fits. Once again, just like Athens, I just don't believe in that because how can you just resort in death penalty for everything? It should be different things people should try to do. Britain dealt with Britain's death penalty was mainly for stealing, cutting down a tree, robbing a rabbit warren. Cutting down a tree, wow, that's not that serious to me. Like it could be someone simply telling that person to stop, not death penalties. No one should have to lose their life over cutting a tree. Um, like I said before, like it should be different ways to handle things, like a simple talk or maybe a simple few hours in jail, not death penalty. Like I said before, murder is that the main thing that sticks out to me. But because of things like that, like the cutting down trees, the robbing, the rabbit warren, and stealing, jurors did not go along with that. Jurors did not believe that someone should get the death penalty for cutting down trees, and I agree with them 100% because it's really not that serious. Um, William the Conqueror did not like the concept of hanging. He had my same views. He tried to do something other than hanging because that should not have been the standard precaution. It could have been something else. But things quickly changed when Henry came along. He liked the concept of hanging for any crime, and it was as much as beheading, boiling, burning. And that's cruel to me, but I guess that's what they like to do. But like I said, not for every crime. Death penalty should not be the resort in that. But also, it was for treason, not confessing to a crime, and marrying a Jew. Like, how can you get in trouble for marrying a Jew? Not confessing to a crime, I can understand, but not as much as the death penalty. They should be locked up, but definitely not as much as death penalty. In America, Virginia Governor Thomas Dale enacted the moral martial laws and divine. All of that made the death penalty okay for minor offenses such as stealing grapes, killing chickens, and trading Indians. Their views are just like how the Athens were, or Babylon, and before the names that I said before. Because the littlest things can result in losing your life, and I just don't believe in that. The interest of death penalty in America came from Britain. Once again, those were the people that wanted, like, someone as easy as stealing a box of scissors and stuff like that and cutting down a tree. It's not that serious. So America is fitting their views just like Britain. In Virginia, I just don't believe in that. Like, no. Um, the first place to ever legalize execution was Virginia. They believed in the death penalty before anyone else. but it came from people doing murder, rape, and treason. They believe that people who did those kind of things should get death penalty, and that's where I agree with them, because those are the top main crimes you can do. And yes, taking someone's life and messing with someone else, they should get the max high. 1976, Portugal was the first nation that abolished the death penalty for all crimes. But not only for Portugal, throughout the years, other countries started to abolish death penalties. They started not to like death penalties just as much as Portugal. In an essay that made a big impact on this, it tells that there is no justification for the states of taking a life. It came from Caesar, and it was on crimes and punishment. It was very informational, and it made me look like, wow, different view. And there was a bill that came out only for treason and murder for death penalty, which is saying that it should be only death penalty for those two things. And that was a bill that was made to revise Virginia's death penalty law. And I see where it comes from, and I really do like that, because I'm happy that they came back and revised the bill, because the things that was listed before the bill was just out of hand. Okay, the death penalty today, it is a simple lethal injection. Usually it takes 20 minutes to an hour, and you get tied down on this bed, which I can show you right now. Right here. You get tied down on the bed, and you see all these bands and stuff, and that's where the head and the arms go. And that's because certain people who know they're getting a death penalty, they try to escape, so they had to come up with a way to tie down the criminal. It doesn't kill the person instantly, and that's something that I thought. It just simply kills them, and it hurts. And some people who do not like death penalty, they feel like the fact is it's against the poor racial and religious communities. I don't believe that, but that's what many people believe. And it's not about the poor or whatever. If someone does wrong in a bad manner, such as murder or rape, they should have to pay the price. Lethal injection has happened to over 1,000 prisoners in the USA since the first ever injection, and it started December 7th, 1982. And lethal injection is a less gruesome way. Which I mean by that is, like I stated before, that they used to burn, boil, cut individuals. This is a less gruesome way, because you just get a simple injection into your arm of lethal, and it just kills you. So this is a less bad way that someone can die. But something that I learned is during the execution, it's a health professional has to be there, and they have to assist with the death penalty. And sometimes it comes a point where they have to take over, and they're the ones that do the whole thing. And I didn't know that. I thought it always had to do with correction officers or whatever that had to do with death penalty, but I never knew this, and this was good information. Also, I have another picture. This right here is showing the death penalty and race. So this is the death penalty within the races. Right here is the Hispanic. It is 6%. African American is 15%. White is 77%. Other is 2%. This amazed me, because it's like, wow, I didn't know. Why is it so many whites that have to go through death penalty, and why is it so many less of Hispanic and African American? It really did open my eyes and made me do more research. I picked death penalty again because it interested me, and this is my first time ever doing a video presentation, but I hope that you bear with me and you found it interesting, because I know that I did, and it was good finding new information, and I really do appreciate this assignment, and I hope that you like it, and thank you for your time, Mr. Brink. Have a good day.